Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today's topic is extremely important, especially for students and job seekers who are preparing for interviews. If you feel nervous when you have to speak English in an interview, then this podcast is made especially for you.
Hi friends. We receive many messages from learners who tell us the same thing again and again. They say that they have good skills, proper education, and even experience. But when it comes to speaking English in an interview, they lose confidence.
Yes, and this happens to many capable candidates. They know the answers in their mind, but they struggle to express those answers clearly in English.
Exactly. They understand the interviewer's questions, but they don't know how to start their answers or how to explain their thoughts properly. This creates confusion and fear.
Many beginners also believe that interview English must be very advanced, full of difficult words and perfect grammar.
But that belief is completely wrong. In reality, interview English should be simple, clear, and polite. Interviewers want to understand you, not test your vocabulary.
In this podcast, we are going to teach you how to speak in an interview step by step. We will break everything into small, easy parts.
We will use simple English, real-life interview examples, and very common questions that are asked in most interviews.
So please relax, do not worry too much about grammar, and focus on understanding and speaking clearly.
Remember, confidence does not come from perfect English. It comes from practice and clarity.
Lena, the first few seconds of an interview are extremely important. The way you enter the room and greet the interviewer can create a strong first impression.
Yes, first impressions matter a lot. Before you even answer a question, the interviewer notices your body language, your posture, and your confidence.
So how should beginners greet the interviewer in a simple and professional way?
First, walk in calmly, keep your posture straight, and give a small, natural smile. Then use a simple greeting like, "Good morning," or "Good afternoon."
That sounds very easy and natural.
Yes, and after greeting, you can add one polite sentence such as, "Thank you for giving me this opportunity." This shows respect and professionalism.
Do beginners need to use long or fancy sentences here?
Not at all. Simple and polite English is always better than long and confusing sentences. The interviewer wants clarity, not complexity.
Many candidates feel very nervous at the beginning of the interview. What should they do in that situation?
It is completely normal to feel nervous. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and start speaking slowly. Slow and clear English always sounds more confident.
So speed really matters in interviews.
Yes, speaking slowly helps you think better, avoid mistakes, and communicate clearly.
So to summarize, creating a good first impression is actually very simple.
Exactly. A calm entry, a polite greeting, slow speech, and a confident attitude are more than enough to start your interview on a positive note.
This is probably the most common interview question, and also the one that makes most beginners feel nervous. Almost every interview starts with this question, so it is very important to prepare it well.
Yes, you are absolutely right. When interviewers say, "Tell me about yourself," many beginners suddenly feel blank. They know many things about themselves, but they don't know how to organize those thoughts in English.
So what is the best way to answer this question?
The best way is to keep your answer simple, clear, and structured. You should not tell your entire life story. Instead, focus on basic information that is relevant to the interview.
What should beginners say first?
They should always start with their name and a short background. This helps the interviewer understand who you are in a calm and professional way.
Can you give a clear example that beginners can follow?
Of course. A simple and effective answer can sound like this. My name is Rohan. I am from Delhi. I have completed my graduation in commerce.
That sounds very natural and easy to understand.
Yes. And after this basic introduction, you can add 1 or 2 lines about yourself. For example, you can talk about your skills, your interests, or your attitude toward work.
Can you share an example of that as well?
Sure. You can say something like, "I am a hardworking person, and I enjoy learning new skills. I am always ready to improve myself."
That adds a positive impression without sounding too much.
Exactly. Remember, the interviewer is not testing your English level here. They want to understand your personality and communication skills.
Many beginners speak too much because they feel nervous. Is that a good idea?
No, it is better to keep your answer short and relevant. 1 to 2 minutes is more than enough. A clear and confident answer is always better than a long and confusing one.
So preparation is very important for this question.
Yes, if you practice this answer in advance, you will feel much more confident during the interview.
After the introduction, interviewers usually ask questions about education or work experience. This is another area where beginners often feel confused.
Yes, because they think they need technical words or advanced English to explain their background.
How should students talk about their education in a simple way?
Students should keep their answers very clear and direct. They can start by saying their current status. For example, I am a final year student, or I am currently studying in college.
Can they talk about their subject as well?
Yes, of course. They can add one more sentence like, I am studying English, or I am studying computer science.
That sounds very easy and natural.
Yes, because interviewers want to understand what you are studying, not test your vocabulary. Simple English is always enough.
What about people who are already working?
Working professionals can talk about their experience in the same simple way. They can say, I have 1 year of work experience, or I worked in a private company.
Do they need to explain their job role in detail?
Not in the beginning. They can briefly explain what they did. For example, I worked in customer support, and my job was to talk to clients and solve their problems.
That explains the role clearly without difficult words.
Exactly. The goal is communication, not showing off technical language. If needed, the interviewer will ask more questions.
So beginners should focus on clarity, not complexity.
Yes, clear sentences, honest answers, and calm speaking are the keys to talking about education and experience in an interview.
Lena, not all interview questions feel easy. Some questions make candidates feel uncomfortable, especially questions about weaknesses or problems.
Yes, that is very true. When interviewers ask about weaknesses, many beginners start to panic. They feel scared because they think a wrong answer can ruin the interview.
So what should beginners do when they hear a difficult question?
The most important thing is to stay calm and not rush your answer. Difficult questions are not asked to trap you. They are asked to understand your honesty and attitude.
Many people think they should hide their weaknesses.
Yes, but that is not a good idea. Beginners should answer honestly, but in a positive and balanced way. You should show that you know your weakness and that you are trying to improve it.
Can you give an example that sounds natural in an interview?
Of course. A good answer can be, sometimes I feel nervous when speaking in front of new people, but I am working on improving my confidence through practice.
That answer does not sound negative at all.
Exactly. It shows self-awareness and improvement. Interviewers appreciate candidates who understand themselves and want to grow.
What if someone does not understand the interviewer's question clearly?
That can happen, especially when English is not your first language. In that situation, do not panic or guess the answer.
So what should they say?
They can politely ask the interviewer to repeat or explain the question. For example, sorry, could you please repeat the question? Or, could you please explain the question a little more?
Is it okay to say that in an interview?
Yes, it is completely okay and very professional. It shows that you want to answer correctly and honestly.
That actually sounds better than giving a wrong answer.
Exactly. Clarity is always more important than speed in interviews.
Many people think that interviews are only about spoken answers.
But that is not true. Your body language and speaking style also play a very important role in an interview.
What should beginners focus on when it comes to body language?
First of all, sit straight and keep your posture relaxed but confident. This shows that you are attentive and serious about the conversation.
What about eye contact?
Maintaining eye contact is very important. You do not need to stare, but you should look at the interviewer while speaking and listening. This shows confidence and honesty.
Many beginners speak very fast because they are nervous.
Yes, and that often creates confusion. Beginners should always try to speak slowly and clearly. Slow speech gives you time to think and helps the interviewer understand you better.
How should candidates use their hands while speaking?
Natural hand movements are completely fine. They make your communication look more natural. But you should avoid too much movement because it can be distracting.
And what about the voice?
Your voice should be clear and calm. You do not need a loud voice, but it should be confident. Even simple English sounds strong and professional when spoken calmly.
So confidence is not only in words.
Yes. Confidence comes from calm behavior, clear speech, and positive body language. When all these things come together, your interview performance improves naturally.
Many beginners think that English interviews are only about speaking the right words. But English communication is much more than just words.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Your body language and the way you speak send strong messages even before you finish your sentence. Interviewers notice these things very carefully.
So what are the most important body language points beginners should remember?
First of all, your sitting posture matters a lot. You should sit straight, not too stiff and not too relaxed. A straight posture shows confidence and interest in the interview.
What about eye contact? Many people feel uncomfortable with it.
Eye contact is very important, but it should feel natural. You don't need to stare at the interviewer all the time. Just look at them while listening and speaking. This shows honesty, confidence, and good communication skills.
I have noticed that many beginners speak very fast because they feel nervous.
Yes, that happens often. When people are nervous, they try to finish their answers quickly. But speaking too fast can make your English unclear.
So what is the better approach?
The best approach is to slow down your speech. Speaking slowly gives you time to think, choose the right words, and speak clearly. Slow English sounds confident and professional.
What about hand movements while speaking?
Natural hand movements are completely fine. They make your communication feel more real and relaxed. But beginners should avoid using their hands too much because it can distract the interviewer.
And how important is the voice?
Your voice plays a big role in interviews. You should speak clearly, calmly, and at a steady volume. You don't need to sound loud or dramatic. Even simple English sounds strong and impressive when spoken in a calm and confident voice.
So body language and speaking style together create a strong impression.
Exactly. When your words, body language, and voice work together, your confidence becomes visible.
Lena, many beginners ask one very important question. How can they practice English for interviews in the right way?
The best way to practice interview English is through daily practice. You don't need long hours. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference.
What kind of practice should beginners do?
They should practice answering common interview questions. Standing in front of a mirror helps a lot because you can see your body language and expressions. This builds both speaking skills and confidence.
Recording your voice also helps, right?
Yes, absolutely. When you record your voice and listen to it, you understand where you need improvement. You can notice your speed, pronunciation, and clarity.
That sounds like a very useful habit.
It is. Slowly, you will start feeling more comfortable with your own voice in English.
How should beginners end an interview politely?
Ending the interview is just as important as starting it. You can end with polite and simple sentences like, "Thank you for your time," or "It was nice talking to you."
That leaves a positive final impression.
Yes, it shows respect and professionalism. A polite ending helps the interviewer remember you in a positive way.
Many people treat interviews like exams.
But interviews are actually conversations. They are a chance to share who you are and what you can do. If you stay calm and honest, the conversation flows naturally.
So what is the final advice for beginners?
Use simple English, keep a polite attitude, and believe in yourself. Confidence does not come overnight, but it grows with practice.
Thank you so much for watching this podcast.
We wish you all the best for your interviews. Keep practicing, stay confident, and we will see you in the next video.